Alright, so just explain this to me. So let me just explain it while it's fresh in my head. So first, we need to send a beacon frame, and I forgot what the beacon frame does, but we just set a beacon frame. Then, shit, fuck, I should draw it. Okay, so I just drew it, right? So the way it is, you have an AP, an access point, and then you have data that you want to send between your access point and 4 of your hosts. Now, actually, shit, just now, I guess I could just erase it right here. Host number 3 is actually sleeping in this example, so there's no data to be sent to host 3. Alright, yeah, so host 3 down here, you can't see my mouse, but host 3 is sleeping. Alright, so that's what we have so far. So I'll try to use this to illustrate the PowerPoint. Okay, so first you have the beacon frame sent, I forgot what that's for, and then you have a short interframe space. I believe it's just like a skipping line, like for neatness and coordination. I didn't ask, so I'm not sure. Then you have the D1 plus poll. So the D1 plus poll is actually, he wrote it out, and it's actually D1 plus CFPH1. Now the CFPH1 means contention free, or it's just CFH1, whatever. But it's like D1 plus contention free period H1. So the D1 is you sending the data from AP to H1. It's called D1 because D is for download and U is for upload. And AP to host is download, and the other way is upload. So you send this to H1, and then the polling is basically telling them, asking them, do you have anything to send? So yeah, so then they're going to respond with, when you say, okay, you can send now, do you have anything to send? Like if they're active, then it'll have something to send, which will be data. That data will be sent to the AP, and that is uploading, and it's coming from host 1, so it's going to be upload 1. Right, now you also received data 1. You just received data because you just downloaded 1. So you have to send the ACK signal. The ACK signal just means you received, right? Received. So when they asked you if you had something to send, since you're not sleeping, you have something to send, so you send it. You upload it, and then you also say thank you, or you also say I've received what you sent here. Then you skip a line. Next one, we go to now host 2. So host 2, yeah, we go to host 2. So the AP sends the data to host 2, and AP to host is download, so it's download 2. It also gives the ACK signal to say it received what host 1 said. Right, that's what the AP says received, and then it also says, okay, host 2, do you have anything you want to send? Host 2 is active, so host 2 is going to send something. That's going to be upload. After you skip a line, of course. It's going to be upload, and you're going to say received this download. Cool, skip a line. Next, host 3. Now, remember, host 3 is sleeping. Once it's not sleeping, it's active. Once it's active, it's going to send. It's just waiting for you to ask. So you try to send it to D3, but D3 is inactive, right? Well, host 3 is inactive. You also send an ACK to say I received this, and then you ask D3, do you have anything to send? Now D3 doesn't answer because he's sleeping, he's inactive. So you do not get an ACK here, which means this was not received, which basically means this guy is sleeping, like he did not receive it. And there's also no U3, which means he didn't send anything, and he didn't send anything because he's sleeping. And the difference this time is you don't have a short space, you have a point interframe space. I asked him why is there a point 1 instead of a short 1. He said the short one is smaller. Ask him why not a short one. He said the short one is smaller, and I didn't quite understand his explanation. But off the top of my head, I'm just going to assume there was a little more delay, I guess. I guess it waited for the signal to be received, or I don't know, bro. I don't know, to be honest, but that happened, right? So skip H3, he's sleeping. Now we go to AP again. AP wants to send to host 4. So it's sending data. It's going to be a download. And it says, hey, H4, do you have anything you want to send? Or, hey, H4, if you want, you can send now. H4 is like, I bet, sends it one time, boom, uploads, and it says, I also receive what you got. Nice. Skip a line, and then you have CFN, which basically says that it is done. Your contention-free period is done. And I think there was also a DIFS hair that he drew on the board. So you don't skip a line, I guess it's like you end the page. And once you have the DIFS frame space, then you know you can start the contention-free period again. But you know, this is how you end it.